harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. 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 Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctions. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. 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 Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities, destroying the life of totally innocent people. Oh, hello. Are you coming for the protest? Okay. Paolo? Martin, okay. Would you like, are you a targeted individual? Huh? Are you a targeted individual? You are. Would you like a placard?
I'd rather not.
Okay, all right. Yeah, fine. Would you like some leaflets?
I'd like to read them.
No, I mean, also if you want to distribute them, or it's up to you, but you don't have to. You can have a look, or you can. But yeah, so do you live in London?
No, I live in Southampton.
Oh, okay. To come up just for this. Oh my God. Yeah, but we are like a few people in the past. On one occasion we had up to 15 people, but at the one thing are very slow. I don't know why. I was ringing people last night, and
it's a weekday, isn't it? At work.
Yeah, but it's always been on Wednesday. You know, it's always been on Wednesday. Because 12 o'clock, you know, they are Prime Minister question time on Wednesday. When the Parliament is sitting, they are Prime Minister question time. So it's actually the time of the week when you have most people coming and going, and media around, and the MP coming in. Actually, I suspect that most of the time MP are not in the house, but most MP are in the house for Prime Minister question time. So. You see a lot of household names going through stuff for me, you know. But so it's probably one of the more busy times. Wednesday, 12 o'clock. Okay. It's always been on Wednesday, and we used to get a few people before. You know, I don't know. Probably I don't know really. Why? Sorry.
I guess it was very dedicated, I think. After so many weeks, people would...
Yeah, I mean, I guess people kind of get a bit burned out or something, I don't know really, I mean... yeah, I mean, I don't know, I mean, I was trying to have this thing every week. It's been quite, yeah, every week for up to 18 months, and then I don't know, I guess people have been having enough at that point. I mean, you know, it's about...
Is that the bodycam?
Yeah, I try to. I post it on Facebook. I mean, if you have a problem, I'm not going to post anything. Yeah, I mean,
interesting.
I usually ask people permission before, but it's like if I post it on Facebook, it's like a way of trying to socialize it, because in the last few months I like not always, but most of the time I've been on my own. So then if I can post it on Facebook, at least it's another way of trying to get people involved. Usually, when yeah.
Have you experienced organised stalking?
Oh my God, all my life. Yeah, I mean, it started in Italy when I was you may say, it started in Italy when I was on my early teens, even though it was not terribly aggressive at the time. I mean, but simmering away until the time I got in my early 20s. Again, I started some full-blown targeting, and I was still in Italy at the time. And then some 30 years ago I moved to London, and I may even say within days, but even if not hours, I mean, of coming to London, I was getting the same stuff I was getting in Italy. So basically, that's probably, yeah.
Who do you think is doing this to you?
Well, I mean, there is circumstances that are different for everybody, for everyone, and then there are things also which are similar. So I mean, you can draw, you can extrapolate and reach some general conclusions. I mean, it usually starts in a kind of local kind of way, like you become quite singled out because you may be slightly different, or you may not play along with all the corruption. You may ask questions. You may bloat a whistle on something going on in unethical thing at work or stuff, and so it's very likely you become very unpopular because the people think you are different, or you don't play along with the corruption, and you bloat a whistle on something, and people don't like it. So they start getting singled out, and then it then escalates from there. It then become more organized, and then you get local authority involved, and the police is propagating out, and they grow and grow and grow, and then then it's probably at some point you start getting used as a guinea pig for because they certainly try to weaponize this thing. I mean, the deep state at some point it's become the deep state gets involved. Purely opportunistically, because you're already being singled out at some point, so they see the opportunity to get another guinea pig to weaponize harassment, to weaponize all these.
So do you think that the people who are stalking you are doing it voluntarily, or do you think the mind control or something is causing?
Yeah, I mean, there must be an element. It's very difficult. I mean, it's very difficult to know, really. I mean, obviously, I can see myself being mind control in a number of situations. So I mean, by the same token, I can assume people can really get manipulated to push each other buttons, and to upset each other, to make people mutually suspicious and stuff. So I mean, it certainly can be done, because I can see sometimes I do something, or I say something, and then I think I've been actually mind control, manipulating into doing that, into saying that. So I mean, I can see happening to me. So it's certainly conceivable. that you know, they can to a degree they can manipulate people into pushing each other buttons and making each other suspicious and you know, upsetting each other, bringing up stuff that you know, people think, oh, that's quite suspicious, why are you saying that or something. But you know, yeah, it's certainly considered feasible. It's feasible, but I mean, I think when it comes to more complex and more sophisticated form of harassment, I think then I think probably you know, people are willing participant in harassment. I think so. Yeah. So I think both things are true. I mean, people can get manipulated into.
They can do.
Yeah.
All sorts of things. I've been under my control for about 2 years now.
All right.
And they do all sorts of things.
Yeah.
Like I walk into Subway.
Yeah.
And I order a sandwich.
Yeah.
Then I get it. I turn around and straight in the bin.
Oh.
I wouldn't rationally do that. So
Oh.
they are using me as a guinea pig to test their system.
Yeah.
Things like that. Things. When I look back, I think, why on earth did I do this?
Yeah.
This isn't like me at all. And sometimes I remember the reason that I had at the time for doing something.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's happening to me. Like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you, yeah, I mean, you have something which you need some food or something without thinking you throw it into the bin or something. I mean, but yeah, so I think that there is you know, there is both going on. I mean, like they can mind control people to bother other victims, or like
I mean, that's what I think.
to something to also. But then you know, when you run into really sophisticated form of harassment, then you know, I tend to assume that is actually done willingly by people, basically. So I mean, so there is both. But I mean,
I don't know who you think is doing the organising.
Well, at some point, you know, it may start because you know you have a social structure whereby you know. If you don't play along with all the rule and the corruption and say, you know, I scratch yours, you scratch mine, I turn a blind eye to your reader racket, you turn a blind eye to mine. If you don't play along with all this stuff, there is already a mechanism built in social situation, in institution and stuff, whereby people, you know, it happens fairly spontaneously. It's like built into social fabric, whereby you start to be singled out, and then people start to treat you differently, and then they start build up like small form of persecution. So that's happened.
For example.
Your colleague at work is, you know, ignoring you and don't talking to you like you come into work. You say a lot, they ignore you. So it's not, you know, there is already. Yeah.
That doesn't seem like stalking to me. That seems
no, I wouldn't say.
Someone could be shy or have anxiety or something. Or just be unhappy with their life. Yeah,
no, but you know, like make you an example. You're in a workplace, and then you blow the whistle on something, and then your colleagues start to get worried that you know, as a consequence, also may affect their job or their job security, and then so you start to get reaction. You start little spiteful acts, and you say hello, people ignore you. So I mean, in school, in institution, in all kinds of social situation, if you don't play along, if people think you are different, there is a way, semi-spontaneous way in which you get singled out, things are done to you. Yeah, no, wait.
Yeah. I mean, or at work, because people don't like you, is not what I would call organised stalking, really.
No, but then but what I'm trying to say, even in this kind of spontaneous, semi-spontaneous, quasi-spontaneous situation, there is almost you can start detecting some kind of structure at some point. So is spontaneous, but in a way there is also some pattern which you can recognize in all the different situations. So in a way there is already a pattern, you know, you can detect and stuff. But then I think so it's almost inbuilt into social fabric that people can start getting this kind of semi-spontaneous persecution, which is not entirely spontaneous, because you can see, look at all the different situations, you can see patterns repeating themselves, so it's similarity stuff. But then I think at some point what happens is that you start getting used as a guinea pig in a deep state experiment. It may take a while, it's not happening immediately, you know. But after a while, if they think you are vulnerable, if you are already being singled out in a social situation, then they may decide to start to induct you into this kind of program and use you as a guinea pig, because you know, like I was reading last night, someone was saying, like, yes, in the United States, if you know, anyone getting a patent of some new technology or some the Pentagon, to make you an example, the DOD, Department of Defense in the United States, they look at all the patents to see if there is any patent they can weaponize or they can use. So in a way, so they have to look for anything they can weaponize to increase the control of the population.
They've already got micro weapons.
Yeah, for a long time, I believe, for a very long time. So, but no, to make an example, if there is something they think they weaponize either in the military field or just to control the population, they will try to weaponize it. And so, yeah.
It's not just controlling their own population. They want to control people, say, in North Korea or China or Russia. And these are the countries where they want to be able to use their mind control on the population there. Like the soldiers in charge of the nuclear weapons, they want to make it so they don't fire them.
Yeah, I mean we enter into geopolitics, so it's a bit more complicated. Yeah,
it's a dangerous technology to have. It's almost like once you've discovered that mind control is possible, then you have to get it to all the other countries. Does that make sense?
No, I'm sure China is working on these programs, and Russia is working on these programs, and maybe they may even, you know, we don't know. I mean, Russia, you know, it may have been starting even at some point. Russia may have been even slightly ahead in developing these programs. And then with them cables, they're actually trying to catch up with what Russia was already doing. So I mean, we don't really know. Okay, I think, you know, China, Russia, the United States. I think they, you know, I don't think there is all these countries are developing these programs, and I don't think there is a lot of cooperation going on. There is more like competition. I mean, you know,
the first people to invent it can then stop anyone else from inventing it. They can use the system in order to prevent scientists, China, Russia, Korea, from actually getting the same system themselves.
Yeah, it's very insidious, because you know, I mean, you know, there's always been a lot of stuff going on with humanity. I mean, you know, in the 17th century, they were burning women, like, you know, in the witches, and then there was the Spanish Inquisition and stuff. So there were been a lot like pretty sick stuff going on with humanity at different ages. So I mean, we can say that there was ever an age of like when humanity was perfect, or you know. But this kind of technology are very insidious, because but you know, there's been a lot of shit going on in the history of humanity before. So I mean, they were like disposing people on an industrial scale in Nazi Germany. So I mean, dispatching people on an industrial scale in Nazi Germany. So I mean, there's been a lot of twisty stuff happening before. It's not to say that, you know, before everything was kind of, you know, rosy and nice and beautiful, but it's, this kind of stuff is particularly insidious, yeah. they get into the mind of people, and because I think it's been done on it's been done on it's been done on it's been done on large scale. I think it can be done on a larger scale. I mean. Like I think there is rumor that in 1992, during the first Gulf War, the Americans were bombarding the. They were bombarding. In actual fact, there was actually the carpet bombing of Iraq. Yes, but apart from the carpet bombing, they were bombarding the Iraqi troops with. Microwave, try to instill a sense of, a sense of dread into Iraqi troops. And people say that's why they were surrendering so easily. Or maybe they were just surrendering because they've been carpet bombed for weeks before actually they started ground operation. We don't know. But so the very strong rumors. People say in 1992 during the first Gulf War. The Americans were bombarding the Iraqi troops with microwave to instill a sense of dread, whereby the Iraqi troops and they were surrendering in mass. And I personally believe that the Arab Spring was all a big con, basically. I mean, the Arab Spring was done to change a certain number of regimes in the Middle East. So I think so all of a sudden you get all this population which has been like enduring a lot of hardship and political oppression for a very long time. All of a sudden all this population they're arriving, and then later on it may transpire that actually that was a part of a plan to regime change Libya, to regime change Syria.
I'm sure they would. I'm sure they've if given the opportunity, people like the CIA would definitely support something like that. Sometimes these things happen simultaneously, like the London riots.
Yeah.
Where people were stealing stuff. I think it's just the nature of people. Sometimes there'll be tipping points where things happen.
Yeah, even if you look at the London riots, there may be a lot of stuff going on there because the police was very unhappy because they were starting all this drastic cuts in the police force. So the fact that they for basically the last 2 or 3 days of the riot they were like holding back and not doing anything, allowing the riot to spread. They have actually, been delivered to send a message to the government because just before the riot, hello. Yeah, Paolo speaking. Yeah.
After the state agencies are in Thailand, I'm wondering if you're in today in a chance.
No, I'm not at home today.
You're not at home today? Now you're probably going to be in tomorrow, yeah?
Yeah. If you can give me a time for tomorrow, that will be brilliant.
Okay, I'll get back to you later on the time for tomorrow, please, okay?
Sorry?
I could be back later with time, yeah?
Oh, okay, that's fine. Call me back later with the time, that's brilliant,
okay.
Yeah. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, bye. Yes, I mean, I tell my personal opinion that so even you say the Tottenham riot and the London riot, it's you say like that was pretty straightforward because prior to the riot, there was a big the police federation was really at odds with the government. I have to say, just prior to the riot, the Home Secretary, I don't remember who was it. It was probably Theresa May already, actually. Theresa May was already the Home Secretary at the time, and she went to speak at the Police Federation, and she was really received a very cold, welcome. Actually, they people were slow clapping and stuff. And then she was warned during the conference. You keep casting, where people are saying you keep making cuts, you're going to get riots. Yeah, and a few months later you get the Tottenham riots, and the police seem to hold back for 2 or 3 days, allowing the thing to spread. And as soon as they moved in, they very quickly they managed to stop the whole thing. But the thing for 2 or 3 days they were so even if you look at the Tottenham riot, it's not necessarily straightforward what happened there. And also, another way to look at the Tottenham riots is, at the time there was a lot of movement growing at the time. After the Tottenham riot, it had a very chilling effect on towards this movement, because a lot of people get scared and reluctant to protest and stuff. So I mean, there was really after 2010 and the coalition government, there was a lot of stuff growing on the ground, protest movement, and after the riot, everything became very quiet. So I mean, even the riot, we don't really know what happened there. But I believe the deep state is they have an enormous amount of arrogance, an enormous amount of confidence. And they often create the situation of chaos with a confidence, with a sense of confidence that they can manage the chaos. Out of the chaos they can get the results they want. Actually.
Do you think the MPs, people in there, actually know what's going on?
Oh,
Are they aware of the mind control and the?
Well, they know about us, because I mean, we've been here for 18 months. So I mean, I was told that by now they know about us. A number of times.
I mean, officially know about it.
No, but they say no. I mean, no. They know. I don't mean. What I mean, they know about us. So they know we have been here quite a lot. They know what you are saying. That doesn't mean that they believe that. That doesn't mean they believe what you are saying.
No, but I don't mean. Do they know about it from you? I mean, do the people organising it? So there must be part of the government which is organising this stuff. Is that part of the government represented by the MPs?
Well, at the end of the day, I think most of the stuff trace back to the deep state. I think the government operates in a way at a fairly superficial level, you may say. So they're involved with all things, but also they operate at a fairly superficial level. So it is all down to.
That's what I'm trying to say, isn't it? I mean, people that know the UK's nuclear secrets and force it down when they're doing biological warfare.
Yeah.
I mean, the MPs know about the existence of places. They don't know what goes on.
Probably vaguely. They have some vague information they probably get from the telly more than anything else. Yeah.
Secrets of mind control.
Yeah.
Are more dangerous than nuclear or biological weapons.
Well, no, I wouldn't say more dangerous than nuclear, because nowadays you get one of the they call it Samrat, the latest generation Russian missiles, that they in terms of movement and speed they can get through any kind of shield which has been built in the last few years. One of them can take out this country entirely. Not just London, not just a major city. One of the Russian latest generation Samrat missile can take out the entire country.
I believe that mind control exists. That can literally make someone walk about, or literally give them an idea in their head, make them do something. So there's nothing to stop them using the system on Donald Trump and making him start a nuclear war. Well, they could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
they could take over someone and make them do a mass kill of someone.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, they may. Well, it's all a grey area. We don't know. You don't know. Can you just zoom in on a person and just a person which has never been affected before or never been targeted before, just control them, or you need some preparation. So it's, also you can manipulate people occasionally, but can you really take over entire personality or entire? So you know, it's a bit of a grey area, but yeah.
They probably can't change someone's inside, their real core, their personality. I don't think that can be changed. But
exactly.
they can take over and make someone do something. Like these terrorist attacks.
Yeah.
Someone could take over him, like that runner, and make him go and throw a bus and drive it into someone.
Yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on, and you know, on some of it, we, you know, there is a certain consensus on certain things. On other things, the jury is still out. We don't really people, you know, there is difference of opinion. So it's all a situation, a state of flux that people discussing things, and I myself, I may have some opinion about certain things. I'm not sure about other things, because you know, you grow up, you get you know, the usual indoctrination and stuff, and then things start to happen to you, and then you have to work through the process of finding out things and trying to understand what's happening to you, what's happening around you. It's not easy. There is not nothing written in stone or something. You know, you just try to understand to the best of your ability, and it's not easy. But who knows? But it's very insidious. But you know, but then again, it's not like humanity. The history of humanity is like this clean sheet of virtue and love and democracy or whatever, you know. It's the history of humanity is a history of horrific thing. It's a Mayan, they were doing human sacrifice, then in the 17th century they were burning the witches, in the 16th century there was the Inquisition, so you know, it's the history of humanity, it's the history of constant horrors, horrors, I mean.
It's a bit like Brexit, in that if the MPs knew what the government was doing on their behalf, they would stop it. You think the MPs would allow this kind of weapon to be used?
Brexit? No, but you know, the thing. Probably TMC, before we started our vigils, say, they probably have very little idea of what certain people are saying, right? What target individuals say. So they probably fairly much in the dark. After we have been here for up to 18 months, say, some of them have been taking our literature, some of them have stopped to have a little chat with us. So I mean, now they know what we are saying. It's not to say that they believe us in any way. I mean, they probably think we are crazy. So I mean, now they're starting, because I was told that in general they know about our vigil. They need to know, because we have been here for up to 18 months, sometimes up to 15 people here. So I have the picture. So I mean, obviously they know, because they've been there for a long time, but it doesn't mean to say that they believe a single word we are saying. So I mean, they know what we are saying, but I don't think they believe us at all. I think they probably think we are crazy. I mean...
So what good is it doing if they don't believe us?
Well, again, I thought I've been too radical in saying that. I mean, no. I mean, most of them may believe we are crazy. I think some of them may have some doubt at the back of their mind that there is something going on, I think. So, yeah.
I think it's all mind control, really. And, for example, I was made to follow this couple around Southampton, in the city centre.
All right.
I was literally following behind them.
What you thought you were doing at the time?
What did I think I was doing?
Yeah.
I was being told in my head
that
it was some kind of practice for like MI5 or something with the police.
Alright. Following people. That's really... Okay.
That's an example of how the mind control makes people harass, do the gang stalking thing. There was another one where I was driving in my car, and these cars were passing me all the time, and all the license numbers, all the 3 digits at the end, were like things that meant something. Like there was an MI5 there, there was SOA, which is something that means something to me. And what I think they've done is they got a load of cars, maybe like in the service station, and then they made them leave in a certain order that put them onto the road at that time.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's one of the things I read is having this kind of like convoy thing is one way they tried to make people go crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's the motivation is the motivation is talking in general. The motivation is to experiment with a strange form of manipulation and control. But like many things, I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know if this is ever going to come to fruition on a larger scale. Who knows?
I think all secrets will come out at the end. I mean, eventually, people will know what's happening here.
Well, it's entirely possible. It's entirely possible in a long time. It's entirely possible, but I can see it happening very soon.
That's the level of technology that's generally available. The US government's got like this much. I mean, I think they're so advanced and they're keeping that technology secret. Yeah, no, that's another side of it, which we have a lot of what is called suppressed science. So in a way, there's been a huge amount of research into all kind of different areas, and people have never been told a single word about it. So there is to start with, there is like someone I was reading something. It's a person was this guy Robert Duncan. I don't know if you heard about Robert Duncan. Okay, he was writing something quite interesting. He was saying like every time there is a new patent registered in the US, the DOD and the Pentagon, they're having a good look to see if there is something which can be weaponized. Then if they think it's something they can weaponize, then immediately the whole situation goes black. So in a way, you never heard about this thing ever after. So I mean, but if someone, if a scientist gets too close to finding one of these secrets, the government's precedent.
Yeah, I mean, it is some scientist is probably like is talking too much about some subject he's not supposed to talk about. They probably, I mean, if it's really a drastic situation, they may end up dead. I suppose. I mean, so in a way, we have all this strange situation with science, whereby we have the official science. But I think there is a huge amount of stuff that is getting completely suppressed by in never coming into the public domain. It's probably a mechanism at work there. As I said, they start looking at all the patents being registered in the US, and then to see if they can be weaponized. It's something really sensitive, and everything starts getting in motion, and no mention is even made in the media, and it's transferred to research, it's transferred to some black operation, and no one is the wiser. Then that's why we have this disconnect What about if you go to tell people like they can control people using microwave, or they can influence people using microwave? Most people think you are crazy because they never read about it before.
No, but it sounds impossible because the technology doesn't exist for it to work. Not
officially.
Not available to everyone.
Not officially.
No, but the US government. I guess you'd say. I mean, I've got a theory that maybe it's not even known about by the US government. Maybe there's some US military contractor who's built the systems and can't actually tell the government they've got it because the government will shut it down.
Yeah, I mean, the contractors. Yeah, there's all this contracting out, and there's all this, privatization of defense, privatization of intelligence. But I think anyway, which is the way I look at it, like, we have already a situation which has been going on, for a very long time, whereby basically some bankers and they already had a huge amount of control over government, over the various, over intelligence, but now we are moving to a situation with a privatization, private security contractor, Blackwater, and all this kind of stuff. And then even I think up to 80% of all people think like all this surveillance thing. I think they think, it must be done by the state. That they assume that it's been done by the state. But 80% of the stuff in the United States is actually been already contracted out, which is like a $60 to $70 billion business. So I mean, we moved us from a situation whereby banking interests, banks and the bankers, they already a huge amount of control and influence over our government, to a situation when they directly own his company like Blackwater or Stratford for intelligence. Yeah.
Have you heard of a company called Kinetic? Q-I-N-E-T-I-Q.
Kinetic? No.
It used to be part of the government's research agency for weapons in the military, and I used to work there. That's when I was first targeted.
All right.
And I think there must have been the people who were running the system must have some kind of group there working there. And I think that's where it started.
Did something happen out of the ordinary, whereby you have an argument with someone, something out of the ordinary happened to trigger the situation, you think?
I think I was just chosen arbitrarily.
Nothing happened. There was not any disagreement, any friction, any incident, nothing at all. All right.
They have to pick someone. If you were given access to a system that could mind control people, you'd have to practice using it, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So you have to go through the phone book and say, right, I'll pick that person and I'll make them walk to work on the side of the path or something.
Oh yes, there is an element of randomness in the sense that most of the time.
It has to be someone. So they just pick someone.
There is an element of randomness in that most of the time the reason for people to be selected, they can be. Thank you very much. They can be quite flimsy or quite superficial. Usually there is always some sort of trigger around, but there is a huge element of randomness in that even the trigger, when there is a trigger, is something usually fairly trivial. So there is both an element of randomness, a strong element of randomness. At the same time, usually you can find some sort of but it's always fairly flimsy. There is never any huge reason. So people is like they have a bereavement, then something started, or they lost a job, and then they started. So I mean, It's usually it's fairly trivial. I mean, if there is a trigger, it's usually it's fairly trivial. Yeah, I mean, then you know, then you have to.
I was working in a team
Yeah.
that had no work.
Right.
So for a year,
Yeah.
I basically just did nothing.
Right.
And I think I was picked on because I was part of this team
Yeah.
which didn't have any real work to do.
Yeah.
So I guess I was seen as someone that could be controlled as practice without causing any problems to the department.
Yeah. What was the? It was in the company which was operating in the field of intelligence.
In the field of defence.
Oh, defence.
Yes. So
what part of defence?
Research and assessment. So they do things like they've got a space department that does satellites.
Yeah.
They've got like an aircraft department that does testing on.
Do you have to sign a confidentiality?
I have to sign the official secret.
Right. I see. And now you're still working for them, or you lost the job?
No, I moved.
Yeah. Are you still bound by the what you sign, or?
Yeah.
All right.
I can't tell people the specifics.
Yeah.
But certain things have already out in the world.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I can say things about them.
Yeah.
I mean, the company had a newsletter.
Right.
That was available to anyone.
Yeah.
I used to work in a team that was producing a helicopter simulator.
Yeah.
And it was a research simulator.
Yeah.
So you change the parameters whenever you could make the helicopter heavier.
Yeah.
To see if that changed the outcome.
Right.
Or you add additional weapons. And you have pilots, you know, driving around, and it was good fun.
Oh well, yeah.
But I wish I hadn't worked there because I think that's where it started.
But you know, it's you know, it's I mean, it's a lot of you know, they've been doing all kind of experiments, different people. I mean, what we know, all we know. I mean, you heard about they were infecting people with syphilis, and but what we know, I think, is just in terms of their conducting experiments. I think what we know is just a tip of the tip of the iceberg, a very large iceberg. So I mean, so we know because you know, I mean, like if you look like CONTELPRO. You know, if you heard about CONTELPRO, the FBI CONTELPRO program, which they were targeting in the 60s, 70s. They were targeting political activity in the US. The FBI CONTELPRO program. Never heard about it? No. And then you have MK Ultra. You possibly heard about MK Ultra?
But that was just LSD, the hard drugs.
Yeah, no, it was, well, there is the folklore about MK Ultra, the reality of MK Ultra. MK Ultra, you know, we know there were up to 90 American universities involved with MK Ultra in the hospital, and so it was quite big. There is the folklore whereby you heard about little bits and pieces and stuff, and essentially it was a huge. They never stopped. They say, "Oh, we're going to stop. We're going to stop." But in around about 1974, they say, "Oh, we're going to stop." After the church committee investigation, they say, "We're going to stop." But I think it went completely dark. It went completely black. It grew. It kept growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. And they say, "We stop."
The thing is, they've made certain things available, haven't they? I mean, if I was trying to hide something, I definitely have a project that seems to be less effective as like the storefronts. But when really there's more work being done than anyone else knows about.
Yeah, I mean, the way it went, So it was the Watergate, and then people, you know, started to get a bit uneasy about some of the stuff going on, and some of the stuff the CIA was doing, like assassinating foreign leaders and stuff. So circa 1974, there was the U.S. Senate, they instituted this U.S. Senate investigation, which was called it's a church committee, because not because it had anything to do with the church, but because it was chaired by Senator Frank Church. So basically they start looking at the CIA, assassination of foreign leaders, subversion, interfering in foreign election and stuff, and then they actually they stumble on MK Ultra by accident. So if they not been stumbling on MK Ultra by accident, we will be none the wiser to this day. So what I'm trying to say, so you know, we're not supposed to know about this stuff. Sometimes this stuff come out purely by accident, basically. And the same thing happened for the FBI Contact Pro program, which I think is arguably, it may have been used to wipe out most of the the folklore is that he was targeting the Black Panther Party, right? But there is strong suspicion that actually it was a lot larger, and it's actually been used to wipe out most of the protest movement of the 60s and the 70s in the US, because you had the anti-Vietnam War movement, the student movement, the ecological movement, the green movement. And so if you look at the end of the 70s, everything was gone, basically. So they were targeting, like they're doing now in this country with spy cops and stuff. They were infiltrating movements, you know, try to create conflict, destroying political groups from the inside. It was called COINTELPRO. The thing about, the point I'm trying to make about COINTELPRO is that it was discovered by accident, because there were a number of activists that they broke into some small FBI office in Philadelphia or something, and they say, oh, what we're going to do, other act of activism, like let's break into this office and see what these people are getting up to, but they didn't have any idea about COINTELPRO. They were just, you know, activists sometimes they do this kind of things. They break in, and they found out the documentation about all these covert operations they were conducting against political activists, often non-violent groups or, you know, groups with ecological concerns and stuff. They found out this huge amount of information, all the stuff they were getting up to to destroy this group. So some of the most damning information about COINTELPRO and MK Ultra came out by mistake, not by mistake, by accident. So by the same token, you can assume that there is a huge amount of stuff which has been going on since maybe even the early 50s to this day, which is we don't know absolutely anything about. And so a huge amount of things. Some of them involving technology, some of them involving social engineering, interfering in social situation, interfering in election, manipulating people, manipulating the information we are getting, huge amount of stuff. And sometimes, for me, I have almost a feeling that we no longer live inhabit reality. It's almost like we inhabit some sort of matrix, deep state matrix, whereby all the information, mainstream information is being manipulated. Politicians and public figures are getting blackmailed. So it's all, really, there is a lot of people manipulations done through electromagnetic frequencies. So it's like, we think we still inhabit reality, but in reality we inhabit this matrix created around us by control the social narrative, control most of the narrative going on in our own head most of the time. Even if you're an activist, if you think you know better, but still end up like I can find the word, interiorizing. A lot of the narratives they want you to interiorize. So I mean, Yeah, so it's like we inhabit this matrix it's creating around us, and we think that is the reality. But look what's happening in the United States with this Russia Gate. It's all the evidence seems to suggest that it's all nonsense. Yeah. But they kept repeating this Russia Gate, interfering in our election, and now it's become the official reality. So to me it shows how easy it is to create a false narrative. After a short period of time, after a while, that becomes the accepted reality. You know, it's a shared reality. So yeah, I think it's like at the moment it's like we inhabit some no longer reality, but some sort of matrix where all the narrative are decided for us. We are supposed to we are told what we are supposed to think, what we are supposed to believe. Yeah.
When you sent out the email.
Yeah.
You said you were meeting with there, didn't you?
Yeah, I went to have a look there, but there is hardly anyone, so I decided. I'm surprised because it's probably a question time, which is probably gone by now. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 1 o'clock. So,
Yeah.
do you have time to go for a cafe or?
I can do, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, or a bit of food as well, because I think I need a bit of food as well. So I was going to say, yeah, I lost my train of thought. I was going to say,
Yeah.
but yeah, College Green is. I'm surprised that there was only nothing going on. There was a couple of cameras there, not even a crew, just a couple of people with a camera there.
What's that, you mean?
Over
there, the green triangle.
Yeah, it's what you see up there is all Palace Yard, and then beyond that you have this green space where usually all the media, assemble there, and yeah. But I'm surprised because there's a lot of stuff going on at the moment with Brexit and different things, and it's Prime Minister question time, so I was expecting there to be quite a lot of camera, TV crews and marquees and stuff. Actually, I went through about 11:15, and there was hardly anyone there. I don't know now, because sometimes it can people can, it can change very quickly. One moment it's not no one, and after you go there, after hours later it's 4 people. So I don't know, but yeah. But it's at the moment I am a bit.
I've not been to London for about 5 years.
All right.
And I noticed they've changed all the buses.
Okay, in which way?
Well, they're kind of curvy on the east.
Yeah,
you can get on the end.
You can get out of the back. You mean? Yeah.
And that's new.
Yeah. Well, yeah, relatively new. Yeah, probably for only for maybe 18 months or something. Yeah. Yeah, what we can do now is I usually say I stop at 1 o'clock. It's fairly close to 1. It's probably 10 minutes to 1 o'clock. So
are you hoping someone else might meet you there?
No. I mean, if people if anyone else, was going to.
Sorry, can you hold up a second?
Yeah. If anyone else was going to come, by now it probably would be already, yeah. Campaign of harassment sanctioned by the authorities.
Someone talking to me about the car accident I had out 3 years ago.
Okay.
They just, useless.
But anyway, I mean, I can only, I'm not in a very good way. I have a personal problem with housing, with I have some neighbors which are diabolical. I mean, I think bad neighbors, which can affect your life quite I think they're gang stalker basically, but I mean, I think they're actually drug dealers doubling as gang stalkers. So it's not nice.
But having bad neighbours,
yeah,
is it really?
They're diabolical neighbours.
Example of organised stalking, because other people get bad neighbours. One may say, this thing happens, and but I think I know that they are gang stalkers. I know, like people say like shit happens or something, but I know they are gang stalkers. I mean, in my mind, I'm positive they are gang stalkers, and I actually. For quite a long time, they basically, they probably were allowed to deal drugs fairly openly in exchange of harassing me, I think. And then So you're saying the police have told this person that they'll put a blind eye to their drug dealing if they make your life miserable?
Not necessarily the police, but I wouldn't say necessarily the police. I would say the people who. It's only within the police's power to not prosecute someone. Well, the police, they get, most of the time they get told what to do anyway. They get instructed to do this, to that. They don't have any say most of the time in anything. I mean, they just get told to do stuff. I mean, no, I'm pretty sure. Then what I did at this point, I tried to make really divulge the fact that there was drug dealing taking place in the property. And so I kept complaining about it, and now they stopped the drug dealing, I believe. The harassment is still going on.
It's a pain if you've got bad neighbours. There's nothing you can do, is there? I mean, if you rent, you always move house.
I rent privately. Yeah. So.
You always go somewhere else, not.
Yeah, I could, but it's a lot of because. But it's very. I mean, the target individual. They have stuff happening all the time. I mean, I think I've been living in London for 30 years now. I had to move out. The other day I was actually counting all the time I had to move out. I think I had to, in 30 years in London, away renting, I had to move out maybe up to 15 times. Well, it's depending if you count certain, about 13 to 15 times.
I wouldn't want to live in London. It's too compact. In Southampton, I lived. In a small house, small terrace house, but there's like a view of the sea.
Yeah. I mean,
on the other shore. But apart from that, it's very nice, and I get this feeling of there being lots of space. Yeah. Whereas when I lived in London, there was no space.
Oh yeah, well yeah. It's
so close.
But it's
I mean, if you wanted to go away somewhere by yourself and be away from anyone else, you can't really do it in London.
Yeah, unless you get out of London. to go to Brighton or to go somewhere else. Yeah.
I was brought up in the countryside. Yeah. And I've always, there's always been a forest on the end of the road to play in that area. So I lived in London for 2 years, but I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah, London, you can live if you can live somewhere and then you have some wood at the back. So if there's, I mean.
Both my parents are from London. My dad was from Hammersmith and my mum from St John's Wood. So they know what to say. So should we go get some coffee?
Yeah, let's go get some food then. And